All right. Hello, everybody. This is the stock picks of the week for 12/7 to 12/11. We are getting closer and closer to getting rid of 2020, which it's been an interesting year, out in the world and even especially in the stock market as well. So, hi everyone. My name is Brock. This is if you want to follow me on Twitter, I give some feedback, I leave comments, show some other stuff that I find throughout the week. So follow me at Don't Feed Bear. Every week I have my stock picks of the week. I have four that I really trust and believe in that have the proper setup. I have three earning plays that you can look into, and then I have four high risk, high reward, honorable mention plays. So those are going to require you to be understand that those are very risky, but the payout is very high. So all right, let's go ahead and get started with let's take a look at my 10 shares rule. So the 10 shares rule is I said, what if you bought 10? Everyone says, oh, I don't have enough money to make money in the stock market. Well, what if you only bought 10 shares of all my picks? So of my picks, if you did that, you would have 27. Since I started this in September, I started doing this is when I start. That's when I started doing my weekly stock picks. 27 have either matured or hit their price target. Matured means it went to the expiration of 6 weeks and it was still profitable. So if it did that or it hit its price target, this is how much 27 of those have done that, and 2,700 through. So about $100 per stock pick is what you'd make. Who can't use $2,700? That's a good amount of money. My second highest performing stock in my current batch of 6 weeks is Spotify at 22.99%. Spotify is great. It's been getting a lot of buzz from all the podcasts that they're adding, and not just music. So that's really cool. My highest performing stock is the airline. Shocking. Airlines are coming back with the vaccine news, and it's playing off that. So great value airline for travel within the U.S. and save, and it's done really well, almost 40%. So that's fantastic. So all right, let's go ahead and take a look at the S&P 500 chart. So my SPY chart. Okay, as you can see here, we're getting to, so let me adjust this just a bit. So we are getting to a point where I see us getting into 380s, 390s, and then I'm kind of calling that the top. It could go all the way to 4,000, or 400, but right about here is where I'm gonna start getting. Let me draw it out for you. So right about in this frame right here, that's where I'm gonna start looking to be exiting a couple positions, and just be aware that it could drop down. I mean, this could just keep on going. Who knows? But as of right now, S&P 500 is looking strong. The market is looking bullish. I feel that will change over the next probably 2 to 3 weeks. I feel that we're going to start hitting kind of that top, and we're going to have a healthy dip. So I think that happens. I don't see a crash coming. I don't see anything that's signaling a crash, but I would just say enjoy the ride now because there is going to be a pullback. I mean, it's always a pullback in the market. It's healthy. It's what people do. They take profits, all that stuff. So far, so good. Okay. My stock picks for the week are Chewy.com, Skyworks, Target, and eBay. As I show each week, I leave the setups and I tell you what their buy zones, their cut loss, and the price target of each one. I also leave the charts and how I have them set up. You may have them differently, but this is what I'm seeing. So we have all that. So let's go ahead and look at each one. Let's start with Chewy. So Chewy.com, if you look here, has a great setup. It's about halfway through wave three. I think we're about to get a small. It kind of went up, went back down. I think it's going to go up go down on Monday or Tuesday, and then it's going to start doing its little rally thing. It's going to be. I think it's going to be a quick dip though, so keep your eye on this. Let's check those levels. Someone remind me I wasn't doing my correct levels last time, so apologize. So if you look here, oops, sorry, it's the wrong chart. So if you look here, it dipped just a little below the 0.618, which is fine. That can happen. But the lowest bar right here is it's in the ballpark, which is good. So then if we look at that, we're looking to bounce off this, which it did, and head up for wave three, which it's currently on. So far it looks good. You got a bit of you don't quite have the declining volume that you'd like to see, but you have earnings this week. So maybe Chewy's done really well. People are buying a lot of stuff, a lot of Christmas gifts for their dogs, and then with COVID, everything locking down, more people are ordering stuff online. So I could see them having good earnings and possibly for guidance. So I like Chewy. I think we head up after earnings. So we'll see how that does. All right, next Skyworks. So Skyworks here. Oops, that's not what I wanted. So Skyworks, if you take a close look, we got this kind of wedge pattern going on. So it bounced off the top for the one, down for the two, and then it pushes. It's at the top of the wedge right now. I think it dips down one more time, maybe even to this 50 moving average, and then takes off and pushes for that breakout. So keep an eye on this one. I think it's going to come down first. But Skyworks looks set up pretty well. I think we're gonna, see that breakout in the next week or two. Um, I like that a lot. It does have declining. It does have the declining volume, which looks good. So as long as that can, so that's why I think this goes down as we get a little bit more declining volume over the next week, and then after that, maybe we see a strong move up and a breakout. So keep an eye on Skyworks. It does have earnings end of January, so this is something to keep an eye on. So. All right, retail has been kind of quiet lately. It's been dipping a bit. I looked at retail across the board. Last week I had Walmart, which are all good. Walmart came, dipped. It's dipped into my buy zone. So Target, I assume, is going to do the same thing. It's going to dip down a little bit more, and then it's going to take off to continue on wave three. So Target just finished for us on one of my stock picks. It hit its price target, and it looks like it's prime and getting ready to go again. So why not keep riding the horse until, you know, I don't know where I was going with that, but it has declining volume. So like, again, I can see it dipping just a little bit more. I don't know if it reaches all the way down to the 50 moving average. This is pretty low. It's 162. I mean, that's about 10% drop. It's possible, but I feel it's going to drop about half that and then maybe bounce up. That's how I've set up my buy zone for it. So keep an eye on it. Let's see. Do we have the setup? I believe it's here, here, here. Yep, perfect setup. So that looks good. I think it's ready to go. I think we're going to catch it on this dip, and then we're going to make some nice make some nice profit there. So keep an eye on that. Next one is eBay. eBay's been having a bit of a tough few weeks. As you can see, it dipped. I got it doing the ABC. I think it's ready to be bought up in this box right here as the declining volume. It looks ready to go. If it can stop here, now if it keeps going, that's trouble. But I don't know, just more people at home, holidays coming up. eBay looks like it's gonna get moving again, just like it did previously, over in this area. So I think eBay is due for a move. So let's keep an eye on them. They kind of just went sideways last week, so let's watch for a dip, and then hey, enjoy the profits. Watch it just take off. So that is the 4 stock picks of the week. My earning plays are Chewy, which I've already talked about, Costco, and Lululemon. Costco obviously has been killing it. So let's take a look. Everybody's buying at Costco because of the pandemic, and then Christmas time, holiday season. It's been doing good, but like I said, like almost all retail, it's been kind of dipping last week. So I think it's going to bounce on this 50-day moving average. I think earnings it'll take off. Last earnings, it didn't do so hot. Let's see. Yeah, here it went down actually, but then right after it recovered very quickly and took off. So keep an eye on Costco earnings. I mean, Florida guidance has to be great since everyone's heading to more lockdowns. So and then Lululemon. Let's check out Lululemon. They were one of my stock picks, I think, 2 or 3 weeks ago. They broke out like I predicted they would, and sure enough, they're almost to the price target. So I think earnings maybe is the last step of that, and maybe just gets a nice little pump. I don't think it's like a double-digit pop, but maybe like a 4 or 5% on earnings type deal. So let's see. I mean, I think it has room to grow. It's a great company. I really like Lululemon. So just keep an eye on them. They look good. They have this kind of dragon thing going on. So let's hope it keeps going. So, all right, let's go back to this. And let's talk about my honorable mention picks. So my honorable mention picks. So Johnson & Johnson they are making a vaccine. They've had a hard time breaking out past this resistance right here, but I think they're due for a breakout. I think all it's going to take is a catalyst, and oh gee, they're the only company that hasn't announced their results for their COVID vaccine. So they had a patient that got sick, so they had to pause the trial, and then that allowed Moderna and Pfizer to move way past them. And then they found out that the patient wasn't sick from COVID, from anything related to the test. It was from something else. So they were allowed to resume the testing and all the trials. And so I'm expecting the results very soon here. And if the results are good, anything above 70% efficiency, we should see a nice breakout on Johnson Johnson. But like I said, if it just they end up not doing it or they end up having bad results, then it's gonna tank. So like I said, high risk, high reward. All right, next one is silver. So this is the first time I've ever had a metal on here. So um, just the way I'm seeing it, since August, it's been kind of trending in this wedge pattern, and then lately you've just been trending in this channel right here. So it looks like it just got above its 50-day moving average again, and so it's kind of following this trend where it goes sideways a little bit, up, and then really moves high. So maybe silver has some movement left in it, and maybe has one more pop left before things quote unquote go back to normal with the vaccine and everything. So silver's something to look out for. Gold's way below the 50 moving average. That's why I went with silver. This one just got barely above it, so maybe it's time for it to bounce off it. So let's over here it kind of did that. So let's keep an eye on silver. Nvidia. So AMD has been running like crazy. So obviously Nvidia is due as well. It's been in this channel. It's squeezing. It's getting ready to go. So I think Nvidia, I have them on my charts. They have a indicator that says a big move is coming. I don't know if that's down or up, but based on the charts, it looks like it's going to be up. So keep an eye on Nvidia for a big move coming. And if you look, we got some nice declining volume here. I could see a real big move coming in the next 2, 3 weeks. So it's just been too quiet. I think the ARMS deal is what everybody's waiting for, the acquisition. It's not inside the US, so there's a lot more quote unquote red tape to it. So as long as it goes through, I think it takes off. But if they lose the ARMS deal, Nvidia is gonna tank. So that's again, like I said, high risk, high reward. Keep an eye on Nvidia. It's great, fantastic company. Them and AMD are the future of chip makers. Intel is not. So just keep an eye on that. Okay, last one is C Limited. So let's see. They had a great day last week where they made an announcement about, I forget what it was, but it was big. A lot of people are buying up shares of this. A lot of index funds. I know ARK just bought a ton of SE shares. So this is something I'm going to be watching. If I can get a quick dip on Monday morning, down to like the 180s, I'm definitely getting in. So just keep an eye on SE. It could just go back down to the 50 moving average and to the high 160s. I don't see that happening. It's got too much momentum, but you never know. And maybe this right here starts the beginning of kind of a declining volume thing, and then we see a nice pop up for the final for wave three. So it's looking good. I think it's been pushed a lot lately, so the RSI is really high. So I think we might want to wait on this one. If it takes off, great for those of you that are already in, but for those that aren't in, don't chase. I'd say wait for this to come to you. So all right, that is my honorable mention, earning plays, and stock picks of the week. I thank you guys for tuning in each week. I'm here to help you guys. If you have any questions, message me, uh, comment. I'll always, take time to help you guys out. I remember what it was like being in your shoes when I first started. So, like I said, any questions, feel free to reach out. Let's have a nice week, and I'll see you guys later. Okay.